We've been having fun with some buttonholes, sewing on buttons, and next, how to sew the built-in eyelet on the Husqvarna Viking Brilliance 75Q sewing machine. And we have so many fun ways where you can explore using your machine even further than just traditional buttonholes. Here we've done decorative stitches, or used decorative thread like variegated thread, wove some ribbon through it, and this is all part of our online course called our Husqvarna Viking Stitching Cosmos. Now, I'm going to show you one more thing before we stitch. I've actually made a miniature one of these. Oh my gosh, so cute. And I realized when I did this, buttonholes would have been a little too big for what we were working on, so I actually chose to use eyelets, and I wove kind of more of a yarn type finish through these. So where would you use an eyelet? Any place that something's got to be drawn through it. A cord or a hook could be another place an eyelet could be used. A drawstring bag. There are lots of places where you just need to secure something that has come apart, or you know something is going to go through it. So there is fun things, and they can be decorative too. So this was kind of fun. We've done all sorts of techniques: couching, pin tucks, free motion couching, sewing buttons on, making our own fringe, and chenille, twin needle. So again, those are videos you can check out on or in the links below. Okay, so on this machine, we are still working within the A menu. And so your utility stitches, if you can arrow, if you want, just arrow to the side, past the buttonholes and into the last page, stitch number 42, is an eyelet. Now let's take a look. It is recommending a foot B, and we're just sewing buttons on, which by the way, right next door here at 41, is we don't use a foot when we sew buttons on. Super great. Check out that video as well. So once we go back over here, number one, the feed dogs will pop up because they were down when we were sewing buttons on. They will automatically lower, but they will also automatically pop back up when we're working on a stitch like this. Okay, foot B, why B? Okay, let's flip one over. This is A. A has a little cutout, but not a lot compared to the B foot, which has a huge cutout back here. That means that there's room for all the stitches that are created, and as it goes around the circle, it can maneuver with the density of the stitches as it builds. So always important to watch which foot it recommends for the different stitches. And I remember back in the day, I used to just kind of try to cheat and leave the B foot on because I thought, oh, I can use it for all my fun stuff and then my straight stitches. But I will tell you, your A foot is designed for more straight stitches. And the B foot doesn't always do great straight stitches if you leave it on. So I always recommend that if it says A, use A. If it says B, use B. So obviously for this one, now you know why you're flipping around to the different ones. And I am always a fan of with some stabilizer underneath, so keep that in mind. If you haven't added stabilizer to your fabric, a little tearaway underneath will be sufficient. You can see where it's going to start on this stitch, and that you notice there's just one stitch, so it's going to go all the way around and then stop for you. So it's not going to keep going. You can do them in multiple places. Oh, by the way, I have seen people use eyelets as a way to, you know how some people tie quilts, and so they tie them and then they go the next, and it's kind of like in the middle of a square, and they tie them and tie them. Well, you can do eyelets really super fast, and it will like make that little cute little tack through the batting, through the back. It's a great way to use this stitch. And then you can just cut the thread, move over, sew it, cut the thread, move over, and when you're done, you're done. So super fun. All right, let's get you nice and close so you can see how this eyelet stitches out. Notice that the automatic cut at the end is part of the stitch. So that's going to make it really easy if you want to jump and make lots of different ones. Just move right on over, step on that foot control or push the start stop button, and before you know it, these eyelets are practically going to stitch themselves. So I hope you'll have some fun. Try them out. Maybe try them with some variegated thread, or next time you need to secure an opening. And then just for this little thread, just give that a little cut and you're good to go. So I hope you'll check out all of our videos we've done on the Husqvarna Viking Brilliance 75Q. You can find a complete playlist right here at the end of this video, or you can click the link in the description and start binge watching from the beginning on video number 1.